I gotta check the feed here on the iPad. Start watching. Should be live worldwide. Yeah. Just want to check that game volume. Alright, I mean overall it sounds alright. Eventually get a better headphone mic. This one is definitely tinny. Doesn't have a lot of low-end love in frequency response in headphones, plus the mic. It's hard. Get a lot of warmth out of it. But it was a $50 maybe Steel Series headphone mic setup. I'm basically using it because it's cheap. I've got some better headphone mic setups, but I don't like using them often. I'm trying to save them. I've got two pairs of Turtles headphones with microphones that are pretty damn good. I've got some pretty good recordings out of them. We will see. Definitely have to get another high-end pair. Should be streaming on SnoozeTube, Twitch, DLive, Kick, and Trovo. And I am on Intel, the new Intel Battlemage GPU. The only one that has been released so far, the B580 model. This is the limited edition Intel B580, although it doesn't say limited edition on the box. And the associate at Micro Center said it's a reference card. So, but since they launched limited edition A770s and A750s back in the Alchemist ARC GPUs, we can assume that this B580 is a limited edition. There's not going to be many of them. I'm already seeing B580s sell for $400 on Amazon and Newegg, especially from Gunner. And the limited edition model that I got for $250 at Micro Center is selling for close to $400 on Amazon. So there are scalpers, resellers on Amazon, Newegg, that are trying to take advantage of all the hype around the B580. But I recommend that you do not pay much more than $250. You know, $260, $270. That's fine. But whoa. All these cards that are over $100 or more from the 250 are not selling, it doesn't look like. I hope they don't sell. Force these idiots to bring the price down. And I'm gonna have to take a really good look at existing Alchemist supply and the new Battlemage B580 is out now. The B570, which only has 10 gigabytes of VRAM, is coming out, I think, late January, like January 25th or something like that. That'll be good. Bring more supply onto the market, but I want to see if the Alchemist cards stay in stock or not. I mean, if I see that they start selling, I'm going to have to pick some up, but we'll see. I can't really buy more. I have, between Battlemage and Alchemist, I have 5 GPUs across the generations, but I really am going to need 10 to 15, even 20 moving forward. for mining and AI related workloads. So hopefully Intel and the AIBs, the third-party AIBs, are going to bring enough supply of Battle Mage onto the market. Any B580 that is selling near the 250 MSRP is going to sell out, I would think, at most outlets. So we'll have to see. Right now, I'm testing Battle Mage on B580. I did some testing of Fortnite on the B580. It appears, I have to get clarification of this or not, but it appears that Nanite is likely being rendered now in hardware, at least helping out in hardware. Nanite is the basically textures. Let me get the actual official definition. Why is my phone not booted? Alright, I gotta boot that up. Take a look at the Android phone here, which should be at 100%. Yep. Alright, so when you look up Nanite. It's really basically all the textures and objects. Nanite is a virtualized geometry system. It's basically objects, virtualized geometry system that creates graphic objects in a game. You're supposed to be able to, be able to render thousands of, say, Nanite enemies and do it efficiently. So Nanite is a virtualized geometry system in Unreal Engine 5 that allows developers to create detailed, expansive virtual worlds in real time. Nanite's rendering technology in an internal mesh format enable the creation of high object counts and pixel scale detail. So Fortnite is using Nanite, and I have to turn the stream off. To create objects, other players, what have you. And it can it's supposed to scale very well, but does not run well on the first gen Alchemist art cards. I'm going to go back to the A770 and also test the A750 that I have in Fortnite with Nanite. Why is this thing still... Is this muted or not? Wow. Alright, let me just turn off this monitor. So Nanite's key features include automatic level of detail, compressed data format, pre-computes cluster information, eliminates polygon-based rendering limitations. I think that's the most important feature in Nanite. Nanite eliminates the limitations of traditional polygon-based rendering systems. I just want to see if Black Myth Wukong, I don't think it relies on Nanite, but let's see. Does because if it did, I would have a hard time, I think, when I was playing on my A770, the Alchemist card. Alright, I'm pretty sure that they did, but alright, so in Black Myth Wukong, the development team utilized Nanite to create the Daza rock carvings in Chongqing, China, with a level of detail that closely mirrors the real-world location. So there is some Nanite in Black Myth Wukong. I figured that and I'll have to take a look. I'll have to take a look at that in more detail. Another thing I'm going to try with Black Myth Wukong and also well, Fortnite you can turn it off. You can turn nanite on and off in Fortnite, and Black Myth Wukong really does need to do that. I don't know if that one scene in Chongqing is the only one that's using nanite. I would imagine they're using it in other places throughout the 6 chapters. But there is a way to turn it off in the launch arguments for Black Myth Wukong, so I may look into doing that. But I have, I'm going to bring up Intel graphics software. I have to see these overclocks that I'm using right now may become unstable. They may become unstable at any moment. I'm trying to find where the limit is. That GPU frequency is just 3000. Wow. I had cranked it up to 350, so this is the tuning area. You can now set a voltage limit. I've increased it to 2%. I was running it with just 1%. So that sets the voltage limit of the GPU by, increases it by 2%. Give me 2% hammer. The power limit sets the total power limit for the GPU. I'm not using a lot. We're at about 90 watts, 95 watts on Black Myth Wukong right now. I'm trying to push that a little bit harder. Power limit right now is at 107. I'm going to do 108. Cross my fingers here. It's not good actually to do anything drastic here while Black Myth Wukong is already loaded and rendering. The frequency offset set at 155, so I'm just going to keep it on that. I have aggressive fan curve, but so far the GPU's been running very cool in the 50C range. But I'm going to actually put this back to the other monitor and not have it part of the view here, but there is also some other features in, this is Intel graphics software. This is their new all-in-one suite for everything GPU graphics related. I'm testing out frame synchronization and testing out the smooth sync option. There is also VSync on, VSync off, and smart VSync, but smooth sync is what I'm testing right now. I'm going to have to look into that, exactly what that's trying to do. For latency mode, I have that enabled with boost. So that should improve the responsiveness between user input and graphics rendering for a better gaming experience. And I definitely am noticing that on Black Myth Wukong compared to pre-Battle Mage, the Alchemist A770 that I tested on. This low latency mode, NVIDIA has a similar feature, but this, this is really good for Black Myth Wukong because you're in boss battles. You gotta have very low latency. Let's see, sharpening strength I've increased to 75, and then there's adaptive, the anisotropic filtering. I'm just basically leaving that to application choice. I tried setting that to 16x, but I think that it really does hit the performance hit. But I may come back to that, especially on other games. Adaptive tessellation. This enables an adaptive algorithm for mesh generation. It lowers the cost of rendering while maintaining visual quality. I have that set to 70. We'll leave that as is. I'm going to get this back to performance metrics. I'm going to bring it over to my OBS monitor here and monitor that. So I'm at 1440p, and in Black Myth Wukong, it's basically medium graphic settings across the board. I'm using TSR, Unreal Engine 5's TSR super resolution sampling, Unfortunately, XeSS2 is not set here. I'm using 1.3.1 around there, and it doesn't have frame generation. But XeSS2 version 2 does have frame generation now. So hopefully, every developer for each game has to enable frame generation for XeSS2. So hopefully, we can get Game Science to enable that for XeSS, and I can test eventually with that. So for now, I'm using TSR with frame generation on. I've set super resolution to 50, which is a bit lower than what I tested with the A770. And I think the super resolution is probably gonna. It basically says the recommended setting is. And if you go back here, you go to super resolution sampling. I'm sorry, this menu here. You got to go all the way below 39 before that warning goes away, which is really low. So I'm gonna put it back on 50. Reapply. Basically, ray tracing's on at medium. Everything else is medium. But even at medium, it's saying that I should lower global illumination, but I'm not going to do that. Also, with reflection quality, I'm not going to do that. But setting the super resolution to 50 is definitely giving me more frames than anything else, any other setting. But the sharpening that the Intel graphics software does and the tessellation, I can definitely see increased sharpness. Every game overall looks better. Fortnite looked better. Black Myth Wukong looks better, and then that latency setting for responsiveness, that is definitely working out well. So Battle Mage is really coming together and coming. I mean, with XeSS improving, eventually XeSS will be on par with DLSS, I believe. I mean, it may take the launch of Druid, maybe Celestial Druid. Celestial comes after Battle Mage and then Druid. And Intel has stated that they are going to continue making discrete ARC GPUs. A lot of people are concerned Intel's going to just stop making them. But already we have seen the B580 sell out at MSRP. So as long as Battle Mage continues to sell well, Intel, this is the only market Intel can break into, and they're basically getting hit from all sides, all major players now at the CPU realm and the iGPU or APU integrated GPU level, because NVIDIA is entering the CPU market with iGPUs, and they're entering the market for ARM GPUs. So Intel has to. They have to gain market share on discrete GPUs. They have to go to distance. They can't just stop, because they would have no avenues for growth. So I just don't see it happening. And I think with Pat Gelsinger gone at Intel, they're probably going to be splitting the foundry business into a completely separate company. Right now, it's a subsidiary, but it may officially become its own company or own entity, so that there's no issues between being a product company and also foundry. Be a lot of issues with that, conflicts of interest. So I think that's coming soon. I think we're going to see a separate foundry company. I don't know what's going to happen to Intel. It could be the Intel that makes GPUs and CPUs, and then some other company. But the United States government is not allowing Intel to sell their foundry business for a certain amount of time. We don't know exactly. I have to figure that out. I have to find that research on that. But they can't just sell their foundry company. They have to build it out. Anyway, we should know into 2025, probably by 2025 summer, what's going on with Intel's foundry. And we also will be waiting to see if Intel comes out with the B770. If the B580 does this well, a B770 would be outstanding. And Intel said that they were only going to concentrate on mid-range again. And really, the B580 and the B570 are entry-level cards. So, Intel may be waiting to see what AMD comes out with, along with NVIDIA. It pretty much seems written in stone, at least the first, that NVIDIA is probably going to have a 5060 with 8 GB, and that's it. And the only 16 GB in that tier is going to be the 5060 Ti, which is going to be ridiculously expensive, at least $500 when they first come out. I just don't see NVIDIA releasing a 5060 with more than 8 GB. And if they don't, the B580, B570 are going to sell very well. Oh, I want to get the Intel Present One up and running here. I had to quit it this side of the way. So, it seems to be stable. GPU frequency is at 3000. GPU powers are almost around 90 watts. GPU voltage at 1.020. And the GPU is very cool at 50C. It doesn't go much above that, even in intense scenes in this game. It doesn't even get close to 60C. All right. So it basically is hovering at 60 frames per second for displayed FPS. The presented FPS 99th percentile is much higher in the 80 to 90 FPS range. VRAM usage is at 7.4 gigabytes. I'm not even getting close to 10 gigabytes. The card has 12 gigs. I think what's keeping that down is the that overall super resolution setting of 50. But I'm gonna eventually switch back to the A770 now that I have a whole new set of overclocking tools to work with. Oh, he got me good. Oh, he's nasty. Fuck his day up now. Oh. Just cock and rock. Straight up. I really want to... I got the GPU frequency up to 350. think that was. I think that was from the offset. I had the offset all the way up to 160, but things started to get unstable. I have it at 155 now, so I'm just gonna keep it at that. VRAM is not going above 7.5 gigs. I'm at 1440p. Oh, just death. All right. GPU utilization 99. It's between 94 and 99. Now I'm starting to almost hit 100 watts, about 97 watts. My A770s, basically we're pushing at least 130 watts, 140. Most of the time on Black Wukong. But I have to retest everything now with the latest drivers and all that. Yeah, GPU temperature 52, and it's really just hovering right in that range. Let's try to get this guy first. I don't like to engage too many enemies at once because I just get brutalized. This guy has a long jump attack. Oh yeah, that's nasty. Oh! Oh, what did I do? I don't know what I'm doing. Screwing up my mana is what I'm doing. Oh, God, I should have just finished him. Oh, perfectly timed. I gotta get better at that. I'm trying to practice that stone rock solid. Every enemy has different attack times. You gotta time it perfectly. But I have the perk that allows you to, like, once you heal yourself with the gourd, you can use rock solid without any cost, without costing any mana at all. Yeah, the game is definitely a lot. There's also a patch. They finally, Black Myth Wukong finally released the third patch for the game. The game released in mid-August. They finally released the third patch. But overall, there's still a lot of optimizations that have to be done. But it seems like overall it's a little bit better. Basically, before this third patch, moving into any new areas, there's some stuttering. You could tell the scene was loading, trying to load, stuttering. Not seeing that as much. It's not as dramatic, not as obvious. Plus, I have the additional optimizations and overclocks with with Battle Mage that I think are really helping out. The game is much smoother. Can actually get. Yeah, the frequency is not going on. I need to check some things here. That's weird. Why there isn't YouTube support here? Close. Just do another round of this. Yes, I have a new Discord. If you're looking for tech support for streaming, streaming help, technically, operating system from Linux to Mac to Windows, all the major Linux distros. Got a Discord for that. I am also setting up a Llama AI bot and an API that I'll be providing keys for that'll give you access to Llama 3. But you got to be part of the Discord community. It's the Electric Sheep Inc. Tech Support Discord server. I just posted the link in the chat, so if you want to check that out. Hi. I'm going to clear out this area and then end the stream. But it looks like I'm stable here. Ah, I hate when I do that. When I do that. I finally got a mine core. I haven't gotten a mine core in ages. I'm still not done with chapter 2. There's actually, and I should test it in Battle Mage. I haven't tested it so far in the with the B580 Battle Mage card, but there's that first secret waterfall dragon boss fight. Long, where the hell his name is? Long, L-O-O-N-G, I believe. In the somewhere in that, it's in that first chapter with that first big waterfall and the wolves as guards. And when you go in there, when I went in there on my Alchemist A770 cards, they couldn't render this boss fight. It was all like just blotches of white and black. You couldn't see objects. It's just all blur, like you took 10 tabs of LSD or something, like John Lennon used to do. And I tested on NVIDIA and AMD, and an NVIDIA 3090 and an AMD 6900 XT, and they didn't have that issue. So it definitely appears to be an ARC only issue. I contacted Game Science, developers for Black Myth. I've also contacted Intel. Intel was the only one that got back to me. Game Science has yet to get back to me, but I'll keep trying. But yeah, so there's another secret waterfall fight here too. But I'm not ready to test that because it's a real pain. Once you go in and if it doesn't render, it's a pain trying to get back out. If you can't get back out, you gotta load a save game from hours earlier or the day before. It's a bit of a pain. Usually don't come this way. What's gonna happen is this guy's gonna wake up and this guy's gonna wake up. God, I wasted him, dude. One hit. Big head Bob. Oh, I wasted that. I should be here to clear this out. This guy up here is a pain in the ass. It takes me 2 tries to get up here. Yeah. Ah, I just mistimed that. I hate when I do that. Just teasing that guy. Another setting. This view distance, I don't think it ever, I'm just going to hit apply again. I've tried cinematic, I've tried everything. It just doesn't work. And I think I might try setting it back to low and see if I can get more frames, but it's one of the settings in this game that's just, there are certain settings that basically just don't work. I don't see any difference. So there's optimizing the game, getting all these settings to work in a cohesive manner. I mean, you'll make changes in the settings, and sometimes you have to restart the game for it to take effect. Do I want to go down here? Can't fall down here. Can I fall down here? Yeah. Might be some oil down here in a jar somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Check my metrics. Yeah, no change to GPU frequency. I really want to see if I could get that up to 3100. I definitely would have to back off on the power limit percentage, back that down to 1%. And try to go up slowly with the offset. There's also that power. There's also a power curve for the offset, the voltage and the offset that instead of power curve. But I tried it, and I didn't understand how it works. It basically stayed at the same GPU frequency, 2700 the whole time, and at about 1.01 volts. I don't know how to get it to go up the curve. You know, I want to see, you know, 3100 megahertz, 32, 3300. I have to figure out a way to get there if I can and still keep the game stable. So. But I'm going to revisit that power, the voltage offset curve. See if I can get it to come up. Also, documentation would help. That's a good time. Hopefully Intel adds more overclocking features, because the more you have to work with, the easier it is to get it to be stable. I love when he just hits that stone hard. He got me. Death. So nasty. Yeah, the game is definitely... It's just more responsive. Also have that, I have the, under graphics, Intel graphics software, under the graphics section, that low latency mode is on, and it's being boosted. I think that's what's giving me a more responsive experience in Black Myth, but it may also be the latest patch that just came out a couple days ago for Black Myth. It's got to be a combination of both. My guess is Intel's low latency mode is helping out the most. Gonna have to turn off the low latency mode sometime in the future, in future testing. But you know, like the low latency mode is one of those things that you can see as ARC progresses. It's catching up to NVIDIA. NVIDIA has the same. It's like called Reflex or something like that. The low latency mode that they have. XeSS2 will have frame generation, ray tracing. ARC Battle Mage ray tracing has been greatly improved, and AMD says they're going to come through with big performance jumps and on ray tracing with their 8000 series GPUs, but they're already way behind. They're already behind NVIDIA and Intel. So they really would have to have implemented some huge gains in ray tracing to catch up. I just don't. We'll see. Maybe they were able to do it, but I'm waiting to see. Will NVIDIA launch a 50-50? I mean, they kind of screwed themselves, and I don't think they're going to do anything because they're arrogant. Leather Jacket Boy Jensen is arrogant. He doesn't. All he cares about is his AI, because he's making all the money there, and he knows he's not going to dominate much longer. Every large corporation, Google, Apple, AWS, they're all making their own chips now. Because NVIDIA's charging exorbitant prices for their AI GPUs. I mean, no other tech company in the history of tech has ever charged such exorbitant prices for GPUs. I mean, it's like approaching 50,000 per GPU. It could be approaching 100,000. soon enough. For one GPU, one AI GPU. Like usually come in like eight GPU clusters, sometimes 4. This guy's gonna nail me. If I go up here, what's gonna happen? There's another guy over here. Shaman. I don't like giving the height advantage to any of these bots. That was nasty. Straight up nasty. That used up mana. Because I didn't heal first. This is the waterfall battle that I'm not going to try, but this is the one that was not working for me on the A770 GPUs that I tested with Alchemist. I'm not going to deal with it right now, but eventually I'm going to have to test it with the B580, and I'll let Intel know whether it still exists or not. But I have not heard of anyone else confirming the bug. So maybe am I the only one hitting that bug in these secret boss waterfall boss fights? This guy's done. Done. Yeah. Look at this prick. Yeah. One hit from Big Head Bob, and you're done. You're done. That sprint light attack is so nasty. You can come in real quick. Yes. Yeah, the game is so much more responsive. It's not even funny. On the B580 with the current tuning software on Battle Mage. Very good. That low latency mode with boost, I think, is going to turn out to be one of the best features of Battle Mage. It works really well in this game. Oh, how did he nail me? Oh! He missed me. I had the stone and he missed me right to the side. That's insane. I've never seen that thing. Why do I do that? nasty. Still have, well, about 40% of my mana left. I think I'm going to recharge. I'm going to go down the hill. We can slide down. We got Diana Jax in the kick chat. Hello, Diana Jax. Hope you're doing well. Hola. I got, I'll post them again. I've got the Variant News Discord you can join. And I've got a new tech support Discord for streamers. If you live stream or you need technical support for anything, Linux, Mac OS, Windows, I'm building a community under my company, Electric Sheep Inc. It's the tech support Discord. That's also there. So if you're interested, definitely join up. I'm going to be announcing whenever I go live on both of these servers. And with that, I'm going to recharge over here, rest a little bit after I kill this son of a bitch, and head down to this other area. I have no board juice left. Really gotta rest. I'm gonna show one of the new features in the latest patch to Black with Wukong, which got released about 2 or 3 days ago. If you hit the... I play with the controller. It's M on the keyboard, and then it's also the... whatever controller you're using, the map key. You now have these journey cards, I guess. What do they call them? Journals. They're basically maps of everywhere you've been, and everything's labeled. You can actually go to some of these. You can fast travel to some of these areas. So I only have the first 2 maps, or the first 2 chapters. This is the first chapter you start in, I believe. Yeah, Forest of Wolves, Black Wind Mountain, and then this is basically chapter 2, Yellow Wind Ridge. This is as far as I've gotten. I can't get past that final boss fight. What's his name? I can't remember the boss's name, but I'm also testing a graphic glitch in art cards in both chapter 1 and 2. So that's why I'm still lingering here, testing that. The Seaman has the Secret Kingdom of Sahali, which is, I believe, that boss fight here in chapter 2, the second waterfall boss fight, which I have not completed yet. I have not defeated that guy, and I should probably do that soon. I'm going to play a little bit more through chapter 2 here and call it a stream, but just testing the latest overclocks with Intel's new B580. Have the limited edition Intel B580 GPU. And I'm testing some overclocks, which have been stable. But I don't think I can push it much harder than this. I'll have to figure it out. I'm going to have to go up in very small increments. I have a offset of 155 on a GPU. The power limit has been increased by 2%, the total power limit for the GPU. But may have to bring that down to 1% if I want to increase the offset. And I have low latency. The low latency mode is enabled in the Intel graphics software with the boost on top of that. So it really makes Black Myth Wukong more responsive when you're attacking enemies, trying to avoid enemies, quick dodges. All that is definitely a lot smoother. Less hiccups. Plus there's also the recent patch, the third patch for Black Myth Wukong, which I believe is probably helping out. So I gotta check their release notes again. There should be one other guy in here. It's that like mushroom freak. Oh, this guy. This guy right here. Oh, I just made it. It's crazy how his death lingers for a while. It just takes that last breath. This area is really weird. This is where when you move over to the edge of this area, you start sliding down this huge sand hill and get shot at by the crossbow rats, I believe. But you can... I have been able to get over to this area over here on the left, because there's flowers you can pick up, but that's the only area I've been able to get to here where I'm able to stop my sliding and actually pick up stuff and kill the rat crossbowmen. There's other crossbow enemies on the other side, but I haven't been able to stop. Let me see if I can get to the one on the left here. I can't always do it. Usually helps. Come on. No. Come on. Oh, I'm getting hit hard. Oh, finally, it's hard. I got like 5 hours on my back. There's a bunch over that way, but I haven't figured out how to kill them. There may be some stuff over there, maybe flowers, something. There may be perks in a chest somewhere, but I haven't figured out how to get over there. Maybe there's a way to come from the other side. I doubt it though. Try to get what I can over here, like this. Oh, come on. If I could get on top of that rock, I can never get over it. It's brutal. Come on. Let me in. No, it's not gonna happen. There's gotta be a way. I think that's it. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna finish off this area up here and then call it a stream. Check out the chat. I posted links to the Variant News Discord, which you can join and find out when I'm streaming. And I also have a new Electric Sheep Inc. tech support Discord for streaming tech support and tech support in general for CPUs, GPUs, Mac OS, Linux, Windows. Doesn't matter, anything technical. Raspberry Pi, microcomputers, large language models like the open source Llama 3. I'm in the process of building up a Llama 3 prompt on my web server, which people will be able to access, get codes to access on the Discord. So definitely check that out if you're interested. This guy is tough right here. Mushroom head comes out with a quick attack every time. He's just quick. He's too quick. That's nasty. So nasty. This guy's done. How is he still alive? He just took a serious beating. It's tough. Taking a look at the draw distance, I have it on medium. So I was saying earlier, I really doesn't matter what setting I put it on, it never really does anything. Even the highest cinematic setting, it doesn't appear to do its job. And that view distance setting is can be one of the most intense operations the GPU is going to do. And it doesn't appear to work. I mean, it works in a buggy manner. It's constantly rendering objects in the distance, regardless of what setting you put it on. I'm trying to get some focus points for this next Shaman Warrior. I forget what they're called. I just call them Shaman Warriors. Is that what they look like? Like African Shaman Warriors. But it takes place in China, not Africa, so that's kind of weird. Alright. We are gonna get nasty. 3 focus point pillar slam. So nasty. He never had a chance. He never had a chance. Just destroyed. There's these little weasels down here really fast. Trying to collect some focus points off of them. If I can hit him. Jesus. Hit hard. Alright. These sleeping, these are like sleeping drunk guys. They're ridiculous. Just stumble everywhere. It's really enjoyable to kill them. I got 3 focus points now. So. Oh, I think my dodge ghost hit him and killed him. There's a perk you can set when you do a perfect dodge. It's like a decoy. It remains there and hits the enemy. In that instance, it killed him. That's crazy. Sometimes I like to give him a fighting chance, you know? Too easy, too easy. I think everybody's been cleared out. Alright, so over an hour. So basically been playing for over an hour, or now about an hour and 7 minutes, and it's been stable. I've not seen any overclocking issues, so I'll just have to figure out a game plan for trying to squeeze out some more processing, more power. But I'm basically at 60, it's 60 to 70 frames when not busy. Then it dips a little below, 60 frames in busier scenes. Pretty much stays above 50. I just want to check metrics. The VRAM has finally gotten up. VRAM will sometimes slowly rise as you play the game, keep increasing. So as I was playing earlier, it was at 7.5 gigabytes of VRAM, and now it's at, you get it up on screen here. Now it is at 8.1 gigabytes. It could rise a little bit more as I play longer. GPU frequency has stayed at 3000. GPU voltage has stayed steady at 1.02. GPU power is like between 90, when it's busy, between 90 and 100 pretty much. So this B580 uses a lot less power than the A770. A770 you easily be doing 120, 130 watts in Black with Wukong. Here I'm under 100 watts for the most part, between 90 and 100 watts. The presented FPS really gets up there. That's the 99th percentile, 114, 166, although it's, the game is not active right now, so that's why. Alright, I'm going to get this back over here so I can monitor it. I just want to go through for myself. I'll show on screen. I'm using Intel's Deep Link Tech. I have an old 1080p 60 Hertz monitor that runs OBS and all my metrics, web browsers, all that stuff. And that's on the iGPU on the i5 13600K that I'm running. It's the UHD 770, and that has Intel Intel Steep Link tech that runs the iGPU and the B580 should be in parallel, running in parallel to help OBS stream. It's using a lot of power too. It's 84 watts. GPU frequency is 1550. CPU utilization 25. GPU utilization is pretty low, so I want to take a look into this. There really needs to be an Intel Deep Link monitoring tool that really spells this out better when it's working. But OBS is programmed to take advantage of it. I've never had problems with OBS. Everything's always been smooth, no frame drops, no stuttering, nothing. Very efficient. Just want to go back. Sharpening strength 75, adaptive tessellation is at 70. That's smooth sync. I might try some of these at different modes. Smart sync, desync on. Now, low latency mode on with boost, I believe is really helping in black with Wukong. I have to test with it off. But I believe this is going to be one of the best features in the Battle Mage cards. Yeah, it's just going to have a more responsive gameplay on every game. This is these settings get set on any game that you play. So you have to be aware of that, especially when you're messing around with anisotropic filtering, the anti-aliasing. You can set this to 16x and it's pretty intense. But I'm keeping that off for now, but I may revisit that. Adaptive tessellation I may increase all the way up to 100. I don't know, we'll see. And then just to review quick, the voltage limit is set at 2%. I think I'm going to have to bring that down to 1% and try keep the power limit at 108 and try a frequency offset of 158. Keep it on that, test, then try 160, and then hopefully I can get above 160, maybe get close to 165, 170. But I believe this frequency offset, if I can get this GPU frequency that is now set at 3000, if I can get it up to like 3100 or higher, that would be really nice. I think I'm going to get a big performance boost if I can get there. I don't know if I can get there stable. So with that, I'm going to end the stream. But if you stop by, thanks for stopping by, checking it out. I had Diana Jacks in the Kick chat asking how I'm doing earlier, so I appreciate that. And like I said, I posted the Discord links to the Variant News Discord. I cover tech news, world news, gaming news, and crypto news. And I also have a tech support Discord under my company, Electric Sheep Inc. So if you're interested in that, need help with anything technical and computers, get it done there if you want to join the Discord. And with that, I am ending the Intel limited edition B580 Battle Mage GPU Black Myth Wukong overclocks. It has been a stable occasion, which is always good. And with that, perhaps I see you on the flip side.